Sports is sponsored by Gumatasa. Watch the NFL games here while enjoying gourmet coffee and smoothies, a well-stocked bar, and great menu located in Manilao. Check them out on Facebook. Half a day and welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Jonah Gancharfris. Thanks so much for tuning in. Well, it's the last show of 2014 and it is definitely a great one. Coming up, we tell you about Lascia Casil and Infinite Charm. A little bit later, we have the Guam Guide with Rachel Daniels. We also have this week's installment of KOM Connection, some Christmas specials to get you into the holiday spirit. And we close out the show tonight with the holiday edition of iLife. We bring back Love and Half a Day to the studio. But first things first, I'm sure all that Christmas shopping is definitely building up an appetite. So why don't you head on over to Chamorro Village for some El Salvadoran and Mexican food from Casa Bonita. Husband and wife Eleazar and Reina Lopez are originally from El Salvador, which is a country in Central America. The couple eventually immigrated to the US, and Eleazar found work at a Sizzler's restaurant in Huntington Park, California. Soon after, the Lopezes would be afforded the opportunity to come to Guam with the Sizzler's opening locally. The owner thought Eleazar could help with the cooking operations. Now, after the restaurant closed, the Lopezes loved the island so much they decided to stay. Eleazar continued to work for various cooking establishments, and the Lopezes would eventually open up a business of their own, the D&J Hot Dog Stand.
They did have a business in 1998. It was called D&J's Hot Dog Stand, but they also had Mexican food and a few Salvadorian dishes that they used to have back in the day. And unfortunately that, closed down, but the passion for food still continued.
Their daughter, Ana Santos, says their passion and desire to share with others the El Salvadoran and Mexican flavors has always been there. So much so that on May 15th of this year, the couple opened up Casa Bonita in the Chamorro Village.
I think people are looking for authentic Mexican food, and a lot of food on Guam that is Spanish or Mexican is Americanized a bit. So when people come here, they always comment on how authentic it is. Close to, if you were to go to San Diego food truck and try their tacos, that's something we have here. So they look for the authentic side of the food.
Casa Bonita is a two-person show with the husband and wife duo handling everything from cooking to taking orders. Santos says they have a system down packed. She says when she has spare time or is off from her job, she helps out her parents. But for the most part,
it's just two of them running the business, so both of them come up with their ideas of how to come up with new foods. My mom has a lot of passion and ideas for food, and that's how we grew up, or how me and my brothers grew up, eating everything she cooked. So we were well fed, but she loves giving that to others for them to try. I mean, Thanksgiving, always gives tamales, or she always comes up with creative ways of coming up with food, and it's a passion.
And from that passion and love comes amazing and delicious food. Quesadillas, tacos, burritos, fajitas, and more.
The most popular dish on the menu are probably the burritos. They are very meaty, they're pretty big, and they do come with the homemade pico de gallo. So that's something that people look forward to. The enchiladas are more of my mom's style. She created her own way of making enchiladas. It's not really your traditional rolled up in a tortilla kind, but the response of how she makes it has been great.
Casa Bonita also offers Salvadoran dishes. In fact, a big hit with the customers are the traditional Salvadoran tamales.
Those are the best sellers. They go by fast. By the end of the day, they're gone. So every day she has to make them.
And as much as possible, Santos says they utilize local produce in their dishes, even incorporating some of the produce that her dad grows.
I think if he wasn't doing food, he would be a farmer, because he loves us. We have a lot of cilantro. We use a lot of cilantro in our dishes, a lot of tomatoes, and even those things here they're hard to grow on Guam. However, we try to source them out through the island. All of his hot peppers, and he's proud to say this because he grows them. They're local, he's managed to grow habaneros and all those crazy hot peppers, and he uses that for his food, like our tomatoes. He uses the cherry local tomatoes for our salsa. So we do incorporate a lot of the local produce.
Now that you've watched this feature and are probably craving Salvadoran food, what does Santos advise?
Come with an appetite because everything here is very filling, and you will be satisfied. If you are looking for authentic Mexican Salvadorian dishes, you can find them here at Casa Bonita.
Try for yourself authentic Salvadoran and Mexican cuisine. Make your way over to Casa Bonita. They're located in the Chamorro village next to Osu. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Night Market Wednesdays, they're open all the way up until 9 p.m. You can also give them a call at 488-8279 and follow them on Instagram at Casa Bonita Guam.
Even though we're not from Guam, Guam is our home. We've lived here for many years, and I don't see us going anywhere anytime soon.
And don't forget to tell them that In the Mix sent you. Well, stick around because when we return, we tell you about local girl Lacia Casil and Infinite Charm. You're watching In the Mix. In the Mix is sponsored by Gumatasa. Watch the NFL games here while enjoying gourmet coffee and smoothies, a well-stocked bar, and great menu located in Manilao. Check them out on Facebook.